So thanks for tuning in to the review session for the June 2015 comic block. The first issue was Groot, #1, by Jeff Levinus and Brian Kessinger. It's a comic book block variant cover by Pascal Campion. Cover price is $3.99 and it's rated T. I really didn't care for this at all. It was generally just a story about a tree that says 3 words, kind of hitchhiking through space. I wouldn't bother giving it the time of day if it wasn't shipped to me, to begin with. Going to give it a 2.0 and just move on from there. It just wasn't worth giving any more time to. Second issue up was Ghostbusters Get Real, again, comic block variant by Dan Schoening, who also did the interiors. Script was by Eric Burnham. This is from IDW. It's not rated and is $3.99 cover price. I'm not real familiar with what IDW has been doing with the Ghostbusters, so it kind of looks like their interpretation from stuff that they had done with that meeting up with an alternate universe version, which was the characters from the animated show, the Real Ghostbusters. I really liked the cover because it took those animated characters and put them in the original movie poster scene. So that was kind of clever. Overall, give it a 6.0. It was an alright read. I'm not going to continue with the series, but it was decent to read for a few minutes. Third on the list was my favorite out of the month, Tank Girl, 21st Century Tank Girl, #1. As with the others, this was a comic block exclusive variant by Jim Mahfood. Script on all the stories in there were by Alan Martin. Art by Jamie Hewlett, creator of Tank Girl. Brett Parson, Warwick Johnson Cadwell, and Jonathan Edwards. This was rated M for mature. There was definitely some, innuendo as well as some nudity in there. Cover price of $3.99. I give it a 6.0. It was entertaining. I liked the stories. I wish that there would have been more involvement by Jamie Hewlett on there because his art's kind of what really makes Tank Girl for me. So that was fairly decent. The special item in the box this month was a writing apparatus. So there was like kind of a grab bag. It looked like it could have been a Captain America pen or an Avengers pen or some Superman pens. And then the Marvel ones came with these little notepads. And here's the pen. Up close. And you can see around the body of the pen are major Avengers characters. And here's the thing. I open the pen up, give it a try. Nothing. It's dead from the very beginning. Garbage. So maybe I'm judging it a little bit harshly because of that, but I'm going to give that a 0.0. There's absolutely no reason for this to even get anything higher than that if it doesn't even work. So it's kind of a junky thing to include as the comics collectible. The shirt, which I don't have out right now, but again was that Batman versus Superman. I'm not a huge Dark Knight Rises fan, but I am looking forward to the movie, even though they've kind of taken that aesthetic from that series and used it for Batman. Overall, that was a decent shirt. Again, shirtpunch.com is who did that one, much like the previous one, which was the comic book guy. Retail price on that was $19.99 because I actually really liked the design of the shirt overall. I'm going to give that a 7.0. Total box value was going to be about $38. So they're definitely meeting up their promise of at least $30 worth of comics. Overall, though, I just wasn't real into what they did with it, and it looks like they're kind of doing more and more exclusive variants and not really introducing people to reading of comic books. They're just shilling up or selling more of the variant idea, and there are other companies that's all they do is just send you variants. 4-Color Grails, I think, is one of them. That's just not really what I want in a comic box. So I think I'm going to cancel this. I've got one more month on my subscription. I've already stopped payment on it. I'm going to reserve the right to go ahead and renew that if I do want to, based upon the third box. But generally speaking, the comic block really hasn't done anything for me, so I think I'm going to go ahead and let that lapse when it's out. But I will be back for the unboxing. I think the next month has already shipped, so it should be here early next week. And I will see you then. Also, I do have the comic bento box reviews for June coming out here in a little while too. All right, thanks.